Hey y'all, Fat Man Outdoors. I'm here at the range today with my pistol, my CZ P07. This pistol we're going to start doing a lot of work to. I'm going to change all the springs in it, and I'm going to do a trigger job on it. I'm going to polish everything up real good. But I first wanted to just run a couple of mags through it to see how the single action feels and how the double action feels. And then when we get it back on the bench, we'll take our trigger pull gauge and see the weight of the trigger and before we do the springs, and then I want to do it again after we do just the springs to see how much the trigger weight changed. And then after we polish it and do the trigger job, then I want to see how much it changed. I'm not really expecting it to make the trigger a lot sharper. What I'm really looking forward to seeing is if it'll make it a little less draggy, because now on the single action, from what I've worked, I've not fired this gun yet. This will be my first time having that on the range, but from the just trying the gun out with a snap cap, the single action trigger feels really draggy. So I want to give it a shot, see how it runs, and then we're going to take it back to the bench on the next video and put the springs in it, and then we'll test everything and see how the trigger pull is. Alright, let's go. Single action. Okay. It's not real draggy, but it's kind of long for a single action, I think, and it's really heavy. I'm going to say that the trigger pull on that single action is probably, I'm going to say 9 pounds. You can see, I'll put one back here where you can see how far the trigger. Now, alright, it's moving, it's moving, it's moving, it's moving, it's moving, it's moving. That's a pretty long pull. The double action, doesn't feel bad. The double action is actually pretty snappy. I kind of like the way the double action is. It's not heavy, maybe 5 pounds, 4.5. I don't like a really super light trigger in a hammered pistol, but I do not run this one with the safety. I run it with a decocker, so I don't ever have the hammer back on it, so probably not going to make a whole lot of difference. Let's run a couple more through it on single action. I will say this: the single action will surprise you. When it breaks, it just breaks. There's no gray area where you think you're hitting a wall. It just kind of rolls off, and so it don't really feel real bad already. This thing's probably going to be pretty nice on double action once it's get a little. Now, all these rounds I'm shooting through this again today, these are Blazer aluminum cased. I think they're 147, I think, 147 grain. And they are full metal jacket. As you can see, they're full copper jacketed. They feel really good. Let's see how it ejects the. Oh yeah. Empty mag drops right out. I like that. Alright, let's drop her down and run a few more through it. Let's go double taps a couple of these and see what happens. I like it. The trigger isn't. I was really concerned when I was snapping that I might have some issues with that trigger pull. It's not real bad. It can be improved, and we're going to improve it. When we change those springs and we polish everything out, it's going to get a whole lot better. But I'm going to be honest, it's not super bad right now. I've saw a few other posts of videos, people saying that their pistol was pretty bad out of the box with the trigger, but I'm not seeing it. You know, I mean, it's a double. If you shoot it single action, any pistol is going to have a long draw on the trigger because it's got such a long reset. But I mean, that's it, you got to draw the hammer, so I don't know what you could expect. I don't have an issue with it. Now we were shooting, you can tell the difference now. I just ran that whole mag and there's just a little bit of color on that follower from the soot from shooting the rounds. And you could look at we were shooting Kel-Tec and running my reloads with the red dot, and it looked like somebody had a coal stove going in there. So it was really a lot of carbon. But guys, I kind of like this. I'm really liking it. The little gun seems to operate well. The trigger's not super bad. It's going to get a lot better, like I said, because we've got some stuff coming that we're going to do to it, and a couple more videos where we're going to work on it a little. And I'm going to try to come up with some kind of aperture I want to put on the front, whether it be a flashlight or a flashlight and a laser. I want to see what I can come up with. I'm not real big on the lasers on anything because I just don't see a use in it. Just don't see it. And a flashlight, yeah, a lot of guys put flashlights on their weapons, and they're either on or they're off. I don't like that either. If you've got a flashlight you have to turn on and leave it on, then you give away your position. If I can get one I can put on a contact pad, that's different, because that puts me in control of when that light's on, and only on when I need it, and nobody else can see where I am. Well guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I just want to get a few rounds through this CZ and see how the trigger felt before we do our polishing on it and change our springs out. And we'll see you in the next video. Hey y'all, if you don't mind, click subscribe, and if you like the video, and click the like button. And we appreciate every one of y'all, and hope to see you in the next video. It's the Fat Man. I'm gone.